Hello unicorns, and welcome back to another video. Just in case you are new, my name is Nathalie and this is my Cafecito y Pan Dulce YouTube channel where we have coffee talks about anything and everything. For today's video, I want to make a few disclaimers before we begin. It is really hot, our AC is broken, and I have two bright lights shining at me, so if you see me sweating throughout the video, then I'm sorry. Also, Rebequita's in this little corner. You can't see her, but just in case you hear some movement or anything like that, that's her. And Sparky's behind me breathing. So for today's video, I want to address something that I've talked about in my channel, made videos about it, but I've never actually addressed why I'm doing it, and that is my capsule wardrobe. So I've made two videos so far about my capsule wardrobe and what I've had in my capsule wardrobe, but I've never addressed why I even started doing the capsule wardrobe thing. Why I've started doing the capsule wardrobe thing. And I've gotten a few of my friends and relatives and asking me why I've started it. They always ask me why or what is it. So I kind of want to talk about it a little bit today. The thing I kind of want to address is what the capsule wardrobe thing is. Basically, and I've kind of answered this in my capsule wardrobe videos, but basically what it is that you have a certain amount of things in your closet, which include clothing, shoes, and some people will include accessories like necklaces and purses. So I include my everyday wardrobe or work wardrobe. I don't include pajamas. I don't include legging or workout gear, and I don't include you don't include your undergarments or anything like that. So I have around 35 to 36 clothing items in my closet. I switch them out every 3 months. Now, why I started a capsule wardrobe, it was a whole bunch of different reasons. And this is going to sound a little bit selfish, but this is where it started, to be completely honest, is that I started noticing that I was buying a lot of clothes and going into debt because of wanting to buy a whole bunch of different clothes, and I was just tired of falling into the trap of consumerism. I was tired of wanting to buy, desiring to buy clothes off the internet or in store with a credit card. I was tired of a lot of my debt being based off of buying clothes and buying what kind of the market or society is telling me that I have to buy or that I should be buying to kind of stay on trend. So that was one of the main reasons I was you know what if I started doing this? For a while I had gotten really into minimalism and just trying to consume less and have less bulk in my room. So I got rid of a lot of things that were just taking up space and weren't useful to me, which is a lot of the basis of minimalism. But along with that, I found that there were a lot of people talking about this capsule wardrobe thing, I guess, movement, practice, I guess you would call it. And I was very interested because I was whoa, if you only had 35 things in your closet, that would be crazy. No way would you have enough stuff to wear for 3 months. But then after I had been watching all these videos about capsule wardrobes, I subscribed to a few people on YouTube that always put up their capsule wardrobe, and it was just very interesting to me that people could do it. It went along with the minimalistic view that I was trying to take on my life, so I was okay, you know what? I think that I should give it a try. And I started realizing that there were only a few things in my closet that I was wearing repeatedly. A lot of the things in my closet were staying unworn, were being not washed as frequently as other things. And I just started thinking about it, and I was you know what? I think that I only really truly use around 35 things in my closet. And so I decided for the new year, I was you know what? It's a new year. I've never actually done a new year resolution or resolution or anything like that. So I thought I would give it a try, and I thought that I could do it because I was realizing that I was only ever using 35 things that were in my closet anyways. So I tried it. I loved it, and so I did it for the second time. I am a biology major, and I think that every biology major, almost every, I would like to think every, has a natural inclination of love towards the earth. And I'm not just saying that it's exclusive to biology majors or anything like that. There are people out there that aren't biology majors, don't really know much about science, but still love the earth and respect it. Through my biology major, and also through a class learning about Native American literature, and I learned a lot about Native American culture and their respect and love for the earth, and kind of like how that was disturbed by European people. And through that, I just kind of was like, you know what, I think that that's something important that we should all do, like, you know, respect and love the earth, especially as Christians as well. God kind of gave us the earth as a gift, and I think it's a privilege to be able to take care of the earth and be stewards of the earth. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm so hot. I don't want sweat to accumulate on my face. Getting a capsule wardrobe and supporting that practice was a way for me to love and respect the earth. And the reason for this was mostly, if I have less things in my closet, then I can afford to buy more expensive, more ethically, environmentally friendly made clothing instead of buying just things from like Forever 21 and just from H&M, which are fast fashion places. Now what I mean by that is that Forever 21 and H&M, they come out with clothes every single week. New clothes, new looks every single week, if not every single day. That's what fast fashion like entails, is that basically the fashion is being made and changed at such a fast pace. After I started my capsule wardrobe was when I did a little more research on it and started realizing fast fashion places tend to have carelessness ethically and environmentally when they're making their product and when they are selling it and transporting it. I had already been aware of the ethically and more environmentally friendly made clothing aspect of fashion because I had a professor that mentioned it one time to us as a class, or I asked her like where she got that top, and she like said, oh, I got it at this one place. I really like to support ethically made clothing. And I was like, wait, that's a thing? Like, aren't all our clothes ethically made? Okay, so my fan is on now, so just in case you can hear that in the background too. And that's when I started doing a little more research on it, and I saw that there was a difference between ethically and environmentally made clothes. But when I was like researching all of this, I was like, whoa, these clothes are a little too expensive. I'm a broke college student. I can't afford it. Then I realized that doing things like thrifting instead of shopping firsthand or buying something new was a way that I could help support that, so I started doing that. Then I realized that starting my capsule wardrobe would also help support that, because then I would be able to save money on what I would normally buy and kind of splurge on the more ethically made products. And then slowly, as I've started my capsule wardrobe, I've looked more into different practices that help support the slow fashion movement, which includes ethically and environmentally made clothing. I could go into all the details of exactly how fast fashion pollutes the earth and how fast fashion is like the second most dirtiest industry in the world, only after like the oil industry. I could also talk about all the problems with labor and unethical labor overseas, and how why none of our clothing is made in the United States anymore, and why we should support, like, I could go into all of that. But I think that there are fabulous resources that you can use if you feel passionate about that or want to know a little bit more about it, coming from experts that know more about it versus me that is just barely learning about it. So I will leave some of those linked down below, including a podcast that I listen to, which is called Conscious Chatter. I will leave it linked down below. It's a podcast talking about the slow fashion and why we like details behind the fast fashion and details behind people that are starting slow fashion and why they support it. It'll just help you make more educated consumer decisions. Also, there was this documentary, I wanted to mention this. The documentary that I watched called A True Cost. It's on Netflix, so you guys, anybody that has Netflix can go watch it. There's a lot of different topics addressed that will kind of give you an overall summary, and the documentary I think is less than 2 hours, so you could sit down, watch that with a couple of your girlfriends or guy friends, and you guys can kind of get a little more exposure to it. I think that was it was mentioned in the podcast, and I watched it and I was like, yep, I'm doing the right thing. I want to be a consumer that actually makes my decisions instead of being a consumer whose decisions are being made for me. But yeah, I hope that kind of gives you guys a little bit more intel into why I started my capsule wardrobe. Camera's about to die. Perfect timing. Okay, the fan isn't working anymore. That's basically all that I wanted to talk about. If you guys ever have any questions about my capsule wardrobe, I probably will have more videos coming about my capsule wardrobe. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, week, whatever you're doing. And I will see you guys on Saturday. Bye!